Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do some ephemera for the Christmas journal that I'm working on. I have a couple of videos out already for when I made the cover and this is the book we're working in. It is an old cover from a hymnal. And I just did a collage on the front. And then on the inside, I used this tartan plaid scrapbook paper to cover the two insides of the cover. And this is going to have a floating spine. And I think the spine is still strong enough to leave it as is. So I left it, and I also left the back just how it was, because I like the age of it, and the color I think is really nice. So that's what we're working in. I have a stack of ephemera that I've already made throughout the year for different challenges and things like that. So, I'll show you that. We won't go through every piece, but I'll show you. I already have quite a bit of ephemera to put in here, including the tag that we made the other day for I saw it on Pinterest. So, I'm going to continue making the ephemera, and then my next step will be to put the pages together that are going to go in the signatures, and then we'll be ready to stick all this fun stuff in there. It's kind of an eclectic mix of different things. Like I said, that I've made throughout the year. So, it's going to be kind of an eclectic type of journal. But it's going to be still grungy and, you know, my style. So, that's what we have so far. So, today what I'm going to do is these little button cards. And I'm going to make them so that they're can be used like a tuck in a journal. So you would, I think. But I am going to cover the backs in case I want to do it as a journaling card. Because I'm not exactly sure how I want to use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is back all three of them. And you can see that I'm just using some little Tim Holtz paper dolls. Oops, don't want to lose my buttons here to decorate them. We'll just move those out of the way for the time being. Maybe. I can't pick anything up today, it seems like. Alright. So these are the cards. These are digital, and I cannot remember. I got them either last year or I think it was last year. And I cannot remember whose digitals they are. This one's already on cardstock. The other two were on just copy paper. But we're going to cover the back of all three of them. And then I have this digital little piece of scrap. And that's what I'm going to use to back them. So I think on this one I want the red to show. Yep. So I'm going to glue it on this side. Sorry, I was trying to decide which one I wanted to do here. And this is just going to strengthen up the paper a little bit. So if I do decide to use it as a tuck or a journaling card, it'll be a little stronger than just a single sheet of copy paper. If I can get it on here straight. Alright, and then I think I want the red on this one too. Let's do this red on this one. So how is everybody? I hope you're doing well. It's kind of rainy here today, but we need it, so I'm not going to complain too much. Alright, and then on this one, I want the green. So I'm going to glue it on the other side, and then we'll cut them out real quick. So are you all working on Christmas yet? I have been actually putting up some Christmas decorations in my house. I know it's a little early, but my sister, who comes in for Thanksgiving, does not come in at Christmas, and so we kind of combine the two together. So I thought I would go ahead and put up some Christmas decorations so that when she comes, it will look a little Christmassy. Because the holidays are so close together, they usually just come in for one or the other, and it's usually Thanksgiving because they're usually, my sister usually will work more at Christmas so she can give some of her other people at work off at Christmas. It's a longer break for her if she comes for Thanksgiving. So they come on Wednesday and then go home on Saturday, and that gives them Sunday to kind of recuperate before they have to go back to work on Monday. So need to clean my scissors. They're getting all sticky. Alright, so there we go. We have all those back now. And we will ink around them. Get my sleeves out of the way. It's kind of chilly today too. It's supposed to get even chillier toward the end of the week. They're talking some snowflakes in the mountains and maybe our first freeze toward the end of the week. I don't like the cold weather at all, but it is nice to have colder weather for the holidays, I think. I know when I was growing up, I lived in Charleston, and it was never cold at Christmas, and it was just weird. I'm using Vintage Photo to go around these. Okay, so the first one, I am actually going to use faux buttons. Didn't get that edge good. There we go. So I have this little girl. Is this the one I was going to use on here? No. Yeah, I want her on there. Alright, so I have a little piece of lace here that I want to put down first, and then I'm going to put these little faux buttons on here, and then I'm going to use this stamp, but the only thing I'm interested in showing is where it says 5 cents. So I'm going to put this down first. My sleeves are not going to stay out of the way. Let me get these white edges off. These were printed on copy paper as well, and I just backed them with some cardstock and then cut them out. And the reason that I'm doing the faux buttons on this one is because she is got her arm resting on something, and so I wanted her arm to rest on one of those buttons. And again, I'm just inking around it to get rid of the white edge. Okay, so let's glue our 5 cents on here. That's the nice thing when you are doing these challenges and stuff throughout the year, is that when a prompt comes up for Christmas or whatever, you can make things ahead, so when you do start your Christmas makes, you kind of have a jump start already. I think I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm just putting this down with glue stick, because I think by the time I glue everything on top of it, that'll be fine. So if my 5 cents is showing and she's right there, then this first button needs to be about right there. Let's use Fabri-Tac just in case, since we're gluing on top of the lace. Shake it down a little bit. Alright, so then that will go there. And so my second button, I want to go about right there. And then we'll glue her down, and that one will be done. Hold that down for just a second. Put the top back on everything for a minute. Alright, so there's our first one. And like I said, you could use it as a tuck. Or you could use it as a journal card, because I think you could write on that very easily. You could use it as a tag. You could even use it as a small pocket if you wanted to make a tall skinny tag to fit in there. So, several uses. Okay, so let's do the next one. For the next one, I have this one, and I have some music paper that I'm going to put on here. So we'll do that first. I'm going to put it right up against Santa there. And then I have this little tag, and I also have 3 of the buttons. Doesn't really matter. Which ones. She's gonna go here. And then I have this little label. I'm going to put right there. And then I'm going to put a little cluster. With the buttons right there. So it's going to look kind of like that. So let's ink up our label here. Let me put this, no, because I got to put my, no, I definitely want this on this side. I'm going to go ahead and put her down. I should have laid that on its side or something so I wouldn't have to fiddle with it. Okay, put my label down. And then glue my cluster down here. And for that, I just have some holly fabric. It's vintage, whatchamacallit, beadsack. And then just some oh my goodness, I can't think of cheesecloth. I can't think of anything. And a little piece of red crocheted lace. And then my buttons. And I tried to find buttons not only that were right for the color, but that had some character. Where'd my green one go? Do you guys see it? Is it right in front of me? I don't know what happened to it, guys. Normally I drag it off with my sleeves. That's why I don't like to craft in long sleeves. All right. It's just weird. I'm sure you guys saw where it went. And you're screaming at me. Oh, it's underneath the white one. Duh. Bet you were yelling that at me, weren't you? Okay. Get my paper towel here. Gonna dab off the excess glue. Okay, so there's that one. Now, again, if these are too bulky for you, you can use faux buttons on all of them. You don't have to use the real buttons if you don't want. Okay, and then for the third one, I'm going to use these two little boys because I think they look like they're dressed like elves. I don't want to cover Santa's face. So I'm going to put them on here. And I'm going to use this little tag, and all I really worry about showing is that 12. I want that 12 to show. So I'm going to put it down first. About right there. Don't move. Little thingamabob. Okay, and then let's ink around our little guys here. Should we put them in green? I think I will after I get them glued down. Okay. Alright, so if you have not seen how I color paper dolls, then this is an opportunity for you to see that. And if you have, then it's a refresher, I guess. Alright, now I've lost the pen to my glue. There it is. It's a day of losing everything, I guess. Alright, so the first thing I do when I am going to colorize these is I cover them with clear gesso. And the reason I do that is it gives, since these Tim Holtz dolls have kind of a shiny finish to them, that gives me something for the ink to, or not the ink, but the pencil, because I use colored pencils, to grab onto. So I'm just going to take some clear gesso and paint it over where I'm going to put the green. And then if you smooth it out with your finger, you won't get brush marks. As bad. You'll get finger marks. Okay. There we go. Now, I'll zap that and get it dry real quick. Alright, now let me find a nice green. Nice Christmas green here. And then we'll go in, make sure it's dry, and just color where you want the green. Just like that. And then you can also take your finger and just kind of smear it around a little bit. And then once you're finished, if you want to, you can go over it with like a matte gel medium or something over the top of it and just kind of seal it. I'm not worried about doing that because I'm not looking for perfection anyway. Since I do, you know, kind of a more vintagey, grungy look, perfection is not what I'm going for, but you can definitely do that if you like. And because the paper doll already has the shading, then when you color it, it picks up that shading as well, because it's still translucent enough that you can it allows the shade that's in the black and white to come through. Another thing we can do is give them some gold buttons. I think that'd be cute. So to do that, let's take an embossing pen. I think will be the easiest thing to do for that, if I can find where mine is. I don't use the pens very often. Usually I use the dauber or the dauber or the pad, stamp pad. Give me just 1 second here to locate them. You're hearing me slide open my drawers that I have all my pencils and things stored in. And of course they're not in here. So, where in the world are they? That is the question. We may be doing that at a later time, because I am not seeing them right off the bat. And I'm sure that they are close by. Oh, you know, what I could do is plan B. And just use some watercolor, since we have the gesso on there. If I can get enough out of here. This is my favorite gold. It's Van Gogh. Watercolors. And find me a little bitty brush here. Hopefully that won't be as difficult as finding the embossing pen, but it might be. Okay, let's see if I can do it with this one. It's pretty, pretty soft brush. It might be too soft to make a good little dot, but we'll try it. Oops, someone didn't color, did it? There we go. Cute. Okay. So now we can put the buttons on this one. Now, I'm choosing not to put any lace or anything on this one because I have made a little journal card or tag to stick behind this one. And I've used the fabric and stuff on the journal card. So I'm going to put the buttons on just like this down here in the corner. Again with Fabri-Tac. And then I'll show you the little card. So yeah, I would definitely try the paper doll coloring. Now, I do notice, now that I'm looking at that I got a little bit of green on the belt. And trying to hurry. So, I'm going to take my little eraser, if I can find it. So this is the lesson of I can't find anything on my desk day. Sorry, guys. Some days you got it, and some days you don't. Today, obviously, I don't. I'm going to get those on here and drying while I continue to find my little eraser. I just used it earlier, and that's probably why I can't find it. There it is, right in front of my face. Okay, so I'm just going to erase the pencil off of the black belt. So it just kind of cleans it up. So any place that you make a boo-boo, as long as you have that gesso on there, gesso, then you can kind of erase it. So here is what I'm going to use for the tag, and you can see that I put the little pieces of fabric and lace on the actual tag instead of on this. So I'm just going to ink that up a little bit, and I'll just put it on with the tiny attacher, and this comes square. This is Tim Holtz numbers, but I don't know if they're available anymore or not, but I just happen to have a 25 left. I don't know how that happened, but I found it in my stash, so I thought I'd use it. So then this will go behind here like this as a tag. So, and I'm just going to leave it because you can journal on the back of it. So you could do it as a tuck. You could do it this way as an up tuck. You know, however you want to make that. So, what we have now is, say this was a page in your journal, then, like I said, you could put it down here in the corner, and it could be, you know, just a tuck. You could glue it here, here, and here, and it could be a pocket this way. You could glue it at the top of the page, either in the center or one side, and you could make it tuck up like that. And then these, same thing. You know, you can make tucks out of them. You could glue it down on the page if you were just wanting to decorate a page. And it'd be a great start for a collage, especially this one that's pretty flat. Or you could even make it a flip out if you wanted, so you could journal on the back of it. So, yeah, lots of cute things you can do with those. I hope you guys like that. And I know it's a short one today, but sometimes things don't take a long time to put together, which is sometimes good. For those of you that are interested, these pencils are called Sensations. They're by Zebra, and they all have a 0.3 tip on them, and they work like a mechanical pencil. So they come in a set of, I think, 24. And I do like them for stuff like this, but I don't like them for, like if you're doing a actual artist piece. I don't think that they blend very well. And so I have a more expensive set for that kind of thing. But for coloring paper dolls and just general uses for color pencils, I do like them a lot. And I like the fact that they have the mechanical pencil aspect, and so you don't have to have a pencil sharpener to sharpen them all the time. And I'm not sure where I got these, but I'm sure you can search them. Zebra is the brand, and Sensation is the name of the pencil. So there you go. There's our make for today, and I will see you guys back on Thursday for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, have a good couple of days, and I'll see you then. Bye.